Assalamu alaikum. Today we're gonna do a little bit of transformation on this print plain suit. Is in a navy blue and a very bright turquoise color. Now it's like a cottony feel to it, and these were suits that towards the time when I was closing up, I bought these in, and I actually presented both my daughter-in-laws with a suit each. Now one of them is getting ready to go to Pakistan, so she's brought this down, and I've decided to stitch this for her. Now I don't want to do it in a very simple and just very basic, which is what the suits actually come as. It came with like a tatty type of a lace that was as a border trim. It came with a beautiful chiffon dupatta, and I actually didn't want to add that tacky type of lace to it because I loved the color combination. So it's entirely up to you how you modify this and go on to make and get the end result. Now it's a casual suit, so we don't really want to do too much to it, but by adding a little bit of our own magic to it, we will transform this dress. Now what I've done is I've prepared a trim. I've managed to find just a piece of lace which was just enough for the front daman, so I've lined it for the underside with a similar color, and I've used like a drop type of woven lace to go at the hem, on the hem trim. Now for the back I didn't have enough of the lace, so what I've done is I've created a similar version, black and turquoise, but I've done a plain putty. So what we're gonna have is embroidery at the front but plain at the back. It really doesn't matter, but I've added the bottom lace exactly the same. So for this, all I've done is done a straight piece of fabric, halved it, attached the lace on, attached the black on the bottom side and turned it upwards, and then just stitched it at the top, and then just pressed it and trimmed to size. Same with the other one. I've added the lace on top of the joint of the, and I've left it open here, which I'm gonna attach to the bottom of the daman. So that basically is the hem for the dress. Now the dress itself, I cut the front panel and I've iron marked it, and then I added a very narrow dory piping. I've not cut into it, it's just a straight stitching, but I've deepened it on the parts on the waist area just to slim it down a little. I've pressed it, and then to the exact same I've cut the back collar. Now for the neckline, we could have done a number of ways of neckline, but what I've decided to do is use the same border, the lace that I used for the hem, and I've placed it on top of the plain fabric and then just stitched over it, and then put in these pearls as sort of like almost like buttons, and I've done these double. So I'm going to trap this inside the fabric and then attach it to the portion of the neck where I want it to go. And then similarly I've got a little bit of a lace left, which I'm going to add as a trim to the border. So the actual dress itself is a very standard a plain cut dress, and then just by adding all these trims and borders to it is going to give it a different type of look. With this now, what I'm going to do is use some plain fabric with a thin, what we can do is just use any plain fabric. I'm going to use, I didn't leave this on its own because it is, there's like a metally strand in this, a metallic strand, and what happens with metallic strands is it makes it uncomfortable. So I'm going to line this with a different fabric so that it doesn't irritate. So what we're going to do is we're basically going to place this on top of the plain fabric, and I'm going to stitch around this and overlock and put into shape. Now I want to stitch this down because I don't want this metallic part, I don't want it to be touching the skin. So I'm going to stitch around this and then make that into a shape, because I want to do it like an angled shape, and then cut the dress accordingly, and I will guide you on that step as soon as I've finished stitching this.